Hi everyone, Coach Sullivan here with MGS Coaching Football again. First, I hope you subscribe to my channel, and then secondly, it's my 38th year coaching football, and I've either been a defensive, offensive, or special teams coordinator, as well as a head coach, both the collegiate and high school levels. In this presentation, I want to talk to you about one of our 11 personnel pressure checks that we call Celtics. Okay, so I'm going to start off here in the top left corner. Celtics, 11 personnel, one back, one tight end, pressure check, which means it's a go family blitz. The Celtics are a fast break go basketball team, so they're of the major four New England professional sports franchises. That's why we picked Celtics for the go. So over in the top right here, and what I want to bring in now is the concept of a pressure check. This week against the University of New England, who is an up-and-coming program, we used our base 3-4 front 50, and so when I signal Celtics, boom, done. It's the front, it's the stunt, it's the coverage, it's what we do versus all the different backfield structures. It's how we handle the running back. It's any checks. It's all built in to the pressure itself. So this is an existing pressure in our Go family. So we're not reinventing the wheel. But what we're trying to do is tailor our pressure package to accommodate all of the things that the offense does in this particular personnel grouping, one back, one tight end, or 11. And so we can practice all the situations, we can minimize our blitz inventory, because if you've got 29 different blitzes, you can't practice them all and expect to be good at it. Okay. We always have 4 pressure checks for each of the personnel groupings, and eventually, that gives you about 16 right there. So you got to be able to be efficient with your practice time. And so for us, the pressure check concept enables us to pick what we think is the best pressure that week in this case from the Go family against this personnel based upon all their tendencies and all the analytics. Okay, and built into that, we teach the kids exactly what the opponent's trying to accomplish, which is why this particular pressure addresses all of it. Okay, so that's why we just simply dub it a pressure check. It's a concept. Okay, so excuse me. So 50 back or go stick, disregard the backslash, small. Okay, so for us in this particular week, this is what I mean by the whole pressure check concept. When the back was 2, which means on the side of the tight end or in pistol, the Mike had the running back. Whenever the back was away, because University of New England utilized 2, pistol, and away. When it was away, we made it a maybe, which means it's either the Mike or the back has the running back. Okay. And what the coverage small enables us to do is they had 2 what we consider the go-to receivers, and they always put one on each side. So you couldn't crank the coverage. So if they put both on the same side, you could just crank the coverage. Not necessarily ignoring, but more or less kind of ignoring, right? One side of the formation. Well, they would always put one of the go-tos on our left and the other on our right, right? So what are you going to do? Well, this allows us to have a too high safety look, because it's man coverage with zone leverage. See my zone blitz coverage playlist. Okay, but we have somebody accounting on top of each receiver with deep help on the top on both sides. Okay, so this is another. See, again, this is all built into the same pressure. Okay, so for us, let me explain the back or go concept. I've mentioned it in other presentations, but in the shotgun in particular, there are always snap indicators, whether it's the fist pump, point the finger, lift the foot, when the hands come up, fake clap, right? You know what I'm talking about, but you've got to really hone in on it so that your kids in practice, the scout team quarterback, perfectly executes and replicates that every single rep. So your kids are extremely used to getting to timing it up because for the backer to execute a go, he has to what we call hedge to the edge. Hedge to the edge. In order to be executing a C crash, which is coming off the edge, he's got to get there. So the hedge, okay, let's just assume this is the snap indicator. When that hand goes down, he's in his stance, maintaining his stance with the inside foot up. He hedges or just moves hot feet, staying in his stance as much as possible with the inside shoulder and everything ready to go. Dig off that front toe, hedge to here. So when now see the football, when he gets to this point, when the football moves, he digs off the front toe and blitzes. Okay? So the stick concept is simple. Defensive end on the side of the call, in this case, the stud. So Ringo, backer makes the lucky Ringo. He executes the two gap reduction, sticks into A, which bumps the nose away from the call, slant A. Okay? So the reasons for the Celtics down here, right, the tendencies don't change from pressure check to pressure check, obviously. They're all the same. This helps us in the tight end side run game because the defensive line is moving to the tight end side. Okay. It also puts pressure on the two-man surface. So now let me talk about both the stick and the backer. Okay. A go. C crash right off the butt of the tackle. If it's run, he is spill. Okay. It's orbit here. So he is spill, run away, and bend and chase. Spill it, bend and chase. So spill means he's got dive. Okay. He's got dive. So if the back were here away and now it's maybe, as he's blitzing, he has to read back's course. So if the back is inside, he's going to bend to the dive, to the back. If the back is outside now and he gets a pass read, he takes the back. That's the maybe. Okay? So that's all built in. And this is why you got to minimize your pressure so you can practice these scenarios during the course of the week, or you won't be any good at it. I don't think it benefits anybody to just have a plethora of calls and then you maybe get to rep each one of them a couple of times, if that. And so then you get in the game and you wonder why the kid didn't peel, right? Or the kid didn't bend. These are other reasons why I think our pressure check concept is so helpful. Okay, so this is, I'm explaining the maybe up here. Okay, so everybody got that? That's when the back is away or to the backer, because the backer is going to always be away from the tight end. Okay, Mike and Rover go to the tight, backer goes away, dime goes to the lizard rip. Okay, see my 3-4 base playlist. So the reason for the dashed lines with the backer, okay, as he hedges to the edge, right? Excuse me. The back is to the tight end, away, pistol, on pass, okay? Let's just say he's two like it's diagrammed. As he's coming hard, if he's already butt side of the tackle, he's going to stay out here because on pass, he technically has contained, okay? But in this pressure check, we give him a two-way go, meaning as he hedges, and let's just say the offense after a while thinks they got it figured out, so the tackle pass sets pretty quickly, he now has the two-way go to beat him into the B gap because the B gap's available because of the stick. We want to give the backer a two-way go versus pass, okay? When the back in particular is away from him, to the tight end, or in pistol. All right? Now, as far as the stick, I mentioned I was going to talk about the stick. On stick, if it's a pass and this guard is sliding away from him, he's going to go butt side of the guard. Okay, so as he's sticking and he reads pass and that guard slides away from him, the sticking defensive end goes butt side of the guard. So when we talk about pressuring the two-man surface, oh boy. Remember, the back always fits in opposite the tight end, so over here. The back is B gap to C gap. So now if the guard slides and you've got the defensive end in B, back's got to pick him up. And now you've got the pressure of a very athletic linebacker versus a tackle who usually not so much. That's a win for us. Okay. And then the last thing I'm talking about down here is this fake the pressure option. Okay. Everybody can see when your inside linebacker hedges to the edge, no matter how good they are with timing it up. So what we will do is we will fake the pressure. Okay. We'll just run our base 50 with our match quarters coverage behind it. We'll have the backer hedge to the edge, but it's all a fake. And so he'll do it a little bit earlier. And then before the snap or just on the snap, he'll hustle back to play his base 51 technique. So then we'll do that a couple of times if needed to set up our Celtics. So when he does hedge, and hopefully the offense is like, oh, he's not coming, and then he comes, right? So that enables us to do that as well. Again, the pressure check concept gives you so much flexibility, and the biggest thing, the efficiency to practice all the different things your opponent's going to do, and yet your one pressure that you've selected takes care of all of it, and your kids know what to do in all the scenarios. I think you're much better off having fewer pressures, and in this case, a pressure check specific to all the 11 personnel tendencies, that when it comes to the game time and the kids should peel and they should be maybe, and the right person has the back, you got it covered because you've been able to practice it. As always, as I said at the beginning, please, I hope you subscribe. And as always, any questions, reach out to me at CoachMJSullivan@gmail.com.